Good morning. This is about power supplies. I bought a couple of these. These are the YW Robot 5 volt and 3.3 volt power supplies. Really good deal. The only problem was they didn't work. It may be me, but I actually have 3 of them. I had one and it didn't work, so I ordered 2 more, got my money back. But they don't turn on. I've checked around with my meter and stuff. It's just not putting out any voltage. The power light doesn't turn on when you press the on switch. So I decided to make my own. This is what I wound up with. And I'll demonstrate it in a little while. But first, show you how I got there. What I wanted to do was to have something that would plug into a breadboard. And first I tried just plain old perf board, plug in like that. And that works, except that the solder doesn't stick to these things very well, so getting the header pins in was a challenge. So I went to this. Hope you can see I got the header pins on there. It's got it's etched on the top. It's actually etched on one side. The problem there is that I needed the top side for the header pins, and then I didn't have anything to solder to on the bottom side. I went back to Radio Shack. They didn't have any double-sided PCBs. Then I realized that I had several Perma-Proto boards from Adafruit. This is, I thought I could use this one, but it doesn't fit exactly on the breadboard, because this one is designed to fit in an Altoids tin, which is a great idea, but it doesn't help me for what I needed. I could have used that one or cut it down or something. I also have the half size. Actually, this one is a quarter size. That's the half size, as I just showed you. Quarter size. So I said, well, I can use that one. So I put a couple of standoffs on it to protect the stuff. I used some hookup wire to connect the power rails from side to side. That one I needed to use hookup wire for because I needed the insulation so I didn't touch one of the other pads. The rest of them I used, you can see right there and right there, I used tinned copper bus wire to make the connections, and the other connections are nicely done in rows like on a breadboard, and the power rails in columns like on a breadboard. So that reduced the amount of wiring I needed to do, which is fine. So I soldered a barrel jack there, a 10 microfarad capacitor from 9 volts to ground on this LM7805 voltage regulator, a 0.1 UF microfarad capacitor from ground to 5 volts, connected the 5 volts to 5 volts to power over here, and the and ground to ground. So yes, from here, I don't know if you can see it. Whoops, get me in here. There's a bus wire going from 5 volts to the power rail, and the insulated wire going from ground to the ground rail. Okay. In addition, I put in an LED connected to power and then to ground through a 330 ohm resistor. And that's pretty much it. Then I added a switch, a toggle switch, so I could turn the thing on and off. So let's see it work. This is from a 9-volt wall wart. Toggle switch, light goes off, light goes on. And just to show you how this all works, I will leave that on, put it down here, turn on my meter. Sorry about this. Well, having a little problem here because I don't have 3 hands. I need a lovely assistant. So, but I'll try to do it this way. That's not going to work either. So, sorry about that. What I wanted to show you was that I had 9 volts going in. What I can show you is by clipping the alligator clips since I couldn't clip this because I couldn't plug this thing into a breadboard, I put jumper wires, and those alligator clips are connected from the positive and negative leads from the voltage regulator, and I've got 4.9 volts, 5.9 volts coming out, which is pretty much consistent with what I've been getting with the 5-volt voltage regulators and 9 volts in. Try one more time to see if I can find the 9 volts. Okay, sorry about that. My fingers just aren't cooperating in terms of getting it connected. But trust me, it's 9 volts coming in and 5 volts coming out. So that's the voltage regulator story. Now I have a 5-volt regulated power supply. And that little winch you may have just seen there is that I need to investigate. The voltage regulator gets very hot when the power is turned off. So I need to, when the switch is off, so I need to investigate that a little bit. Or put a heatsink on this thing, which is why it has that hole there, so you can bolt on a heatsink. But this is it, 5-volt power supply, DIY.